Hi everyone. Hi Bailey, Valerie, Olive, Athena, and Hendrix. Recently I got a question from Sloan about how wheels do their work or help us to do our work. Well, what wheels do you remember a lesson that I gave you on friction? Well, somehow or other a wheel manages to eliminate friction. Let me show you how. Now I have some of your wheel devices here. It's your tricycle, your Tiger, this fancy thing you don't have wheels on, okay? Now, what is it about a wheel that makes work easier? Well, what? You have to look very closely here. I'm going to put this tricycle. Now, if we tried to slide those wheels across the table, there would be friction. But when we roll them, look at the part of the wheel that's touching the ground. Now all the rest of the wheel's moving, okay? But the part of the wheel touching the tabletop isn't moving. Therefore, there's no friction. Now, of course, in the center of the wheel is moving around an axle, but it's very small, and it doesn't have to move very far, and doesn't move very fast. So there's very little friction here, and no friction down here. So that's how a wheel can help to eliminate most of the friction. Maybe not all of it, because if I were pushing it across the carpet would produce some friction, so it'd be a lot easier to ride this tricycle on a hard surface, like a street or a hardwood floor, than it would be on a rug. A rolling pin is a way of eliminating friction. So let me show you how a rolling pin would do its job. Now the idea here is to push down on the Play-Doh. This is what happens when Mom makes a pie crust, okay? But without pushing it this way. Now, it's hard to see here, but even when I'm holding the handles here, the rolling pin rolls. That's why it's called a rolling pin. So when I go back and forth on the Play-Doh, now the Play-Doh may stick to the rolling pin. Usually when Mom makes a pie, she puts something on there to prevent the sticking. But look how it flattens out. No. Now if I tried to do this without letting the rolling pin roll, that just won't work because there's too much friction. Take away the friction, and the rolling pin rolls very nicely. Now, how do you suppose the wheel was first invented? Well, this probably goes back a long, long time into the past, all the way back to when cavemen were trying to move things from one place to another by dragging them along the ground. And when you drag them along the ground, there was a whole lot of resistance. But then, while they were dragging the object along the ground, there was a log or a twig or something else round lying on the ground. And when they got to that, you see how much more easily the object moves? It doesn't do that when there's nothing round underneath there. And sooner or later, our old cavemen put two and two together and invented the wheel. Now, you have wheels, obviously, on all your toys. Cars have wheels, and cars don't want those wheels. Well, there should be friction between the tires and the road so that the car doesn't skid. But there should not be friction between the tires and the axles, because that would build up heat, and heat would cause problems. So what they do in a car if we let the outer circle be the wheel and the inner circle the axle, okay, so the wheel would turn, but the axle would not turn. Now, ordinarily they would rub against one another, but in here between them, these little circles represent ball bearings. Now think of a marble made out of stainless steel, and that's a ball bearing. And they have those all around, separating the wheel and the axle. So if the wheel is turning this way, okay, remember the axle's not moving, the ball bearings turn in the direction that the wheel is moving. So there's no sliding here or here or here, okay? And the other side of the ball bearing is touching the axle, which doesn't move. So there's no sliding here or here or here either. Those are called bearings, and they allow a wheel to turn around an axle without a whole lot of friction. Okay? Do you know a little bit of something now about what wheels are and what they do and how they eliminate friction? We couldn't live without wheels, could we? Well, I hope you think Grampy's a big wheel for giving you that lesson. And until next time, bye-bye.